Hi guys, my name is Femi and welcome to my channel. So one question I get asked a lot is what language should I learn if I want to go into software engineering? It's actually a very tricky question, but I'll use my story to answer that. When I wanted to go into software engineering, so the first question I asked myself was, do I want to be a front end developer or a back end developer? I realized I actually like front end because it was easier. But later I realized it wasn't really easier. I think back end is even easier than front end. But so I started learning. I knew how to learn HTML. I knew how to learn CSS, and for functionality, I knew how to learn JavaScript. These three are basic to build front end pages. And so I would recommend that if you're just starting software engineering and you want to do front end, you should learn HTML and CSS. You can build web pages without JavaScript. You don't really necessarily need JavaScript to build web pages. You only get to add JavaScript when you want to add interactiveness on your app, when you want to submit forms, you want to add actions, and you want your app to be interactive. But if you want to build static web pages, there's actually no need to learn JavaScript at first. It's good you first learn how to use the HTML and CSS. When you're comfortable building with HTML and CSS, then you can start adding JavaScript to add functions and interactiveness to your web app. My story. When I wanted to learn, I already knew little of HTML and CSS from building simple web pages. Then I started learning JavaScript. Uh, People also ask, should I learn Python? Because I think that's a very, very common language to many people. So they are usually asking if they should learn Python. I wouldn't know how to answer that because I have not used Python before. Maybe someone who has used Python can answer the role of Python in building web pages and web apps. So I'm a full stack web app developer and I do most of my programming language in JavaScript. And in JavaScript, we use JSX, which is similar to HTML because it uses most of the HTML tags. If what you want to do is back-end development by building REST APIs and server side, I also recommend JavaScript because all the back-end I've built them with JavaScript, which is built on the Node.js. So having known the three major languages to learn for your front-end development, the next question is usually, how do I start? When I started learning JavaScript, I was checking online for resources and I came across a YouTube channel, Free Code Camp. I saw a lot of crash courses, and I think the first one I came across was a course on React.js. It was a 12-hour crash course, and it taught me a lot about React and the basics of React.js. I started learning stuff like state management, like JSX, like functions, arrays, and all that. To be very honest with you, I learned JavaScript while learning React.js. So I've never written a code in Vanilla.js before. I've only used the framework. I also had an encounter with Vue because a course I stumbled upon was teaching Vue.js. And I think I felt more comfortable building with React, not just because you can build cross-platform mobile apps with React, but it felt easier, it felt more user-friendly, and maybe the tutor tool was very, very good. So yeah, that was an advantage I had. And when I started learning React, I never went back. So I've built a lot of web apps with React.js and a few mobile apps too with React Native. So if you're starting new, I would recommend you take some of these crash courses. If you don't have the money to enroll into a professional school where someone will hold you by the hand and show you all the step by step, you can take a few of these crash courses if you have a laptop, because in many of these crash courses, as you're learning, you're practicing, they're giving you tests, they're giving you assignments, they're giving you exercises. So, they're also sending you link to maybe their GitHub or their code. So in case you try something and it doesn't work, you can easily compare with the tutor's code. You can start by taking crash courses. If you take a crash course for about 12 hours, it might take you up to maybe 10 days or 20 days to finish. But at the end of the course, you'll be able to build all the projects in the course, and that will strengthen you and that will give you more experience in solving problems. So yeah, I'll recommend you take a few of the crash courses. There are many platforms you can learn software engineering, but the one that was very easy for me was the videos on Free Code Camp. Even till today, I still go and learn stuff on Free Code Camp. When I wanted to learn Tailwind CSS, I went to Free Code Camp. When I wanted to learn other aspects of programming, I still went to Free Code Camp because their videos are very, very, very explanatory, and you can actually, and there are many exercises. There are other tutorials that I stumbled upon, like JavaScript Mastery, Papa React, and a few others. Yeah, I learned how to build a few mobile apps from Papa React. Also, some apps from JS Mastery.